is there anything that you wish people knew about you, that people could recognize about you, that you have a deeper level?
I have no deeper level.
No, this is it.
This is all you get.
I wouldn't have never admitted that on camera, but yeah.
Are you calling me not authentic because it's too curated? That's what you're doing? Okay.
Do you ever get like painted as a player because you do so much romantic content?
Maybe this is arrogant, but
no, let's say like yeah, I don't really like what she does, and I can live with that.
Okay, I've got a question.
Go on.
Okay. Shilpa.
Okay. When I was in 3rd year of university, I was going through quite a few like friendship breakups.
Oh.
And I felt like that was a topic that wasn't really spoken about that much. It's like imposter syndrome, which I think is quite nuanced within the South Asian community. That's probably enough, right? I think it's good.
Sure, fine. End it just like that. Having so much
I've
fun.
had enough of hearing him. So.
Damn. Should do like the clap thing?
Okay, go for it.
I didn't hear you, Mike.
Okay.
Wow.
Hi, Aman.
How's it going?
Good, yeah. How are you finding London?
I'm loving it. I've been here
12 hours.
a little more than 12 hours, and I'm ready to move here.
Oh, brilliant. It's been a really good 12 hours, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to go straight into the question.
Okay.
What does Bollywood mean to you as an Indian American?
Yeah, it keeps me tied to my culture and identity, I'd say. I think it was something that my parents showed me at a very young age. They were always very into like Hindi poetry as well. So yeah, I kind of grew up with like ghazals in the house and poetry nights and watching all these movies, and so I don't know. For me, it was just like something that you could get lost in, like its own world, right?
So would you say you're more drawn to the songs part of it than like the music than the actual acting or the movies?
Well, both, but yeah, I mean, yeah, the music's a big part of it.
Yeah.
I do love the acting too. I mean, I like the what the right word is.
The drama of it. Oh.
Yeah, the drama, the indulgence, the performativeness, or I don't know. Like I don't even like I would watch Bollywood movies, and I guess I feel like anyone who watches a movie kind of like sees themselves going through the same thing the protagonist is going. Like, or that's the only way to make like to feel the movie, right? Like the emotions. So like I feel like I would just like imagine myself in those roles, and it was always. Yeah.
Do you think then Bollywood is more about like relatability to you or escapism?
I guess escapism. It's like a world to get lost in. What about for you?
So like I said, I asked if you relate to more the music part of it, but I think the dance part of it is massively what I get lost in more. I'm obsessed with like the visual aspect of it, and also just the sheer talent and larger than lifeness of it all. And I feel like dance is absolutely something I've observed and fallen in love with because of Bollywood, and vice versa as well. So for me, it is something that keeps me really, really rooted to my culture. How did you get into all of this Bollywood acting? Well, this is where you are now, but I know you started somewhere different, right?
Right. I got into performing because of magic. So I went to this magic camp over the summers from when I was 7 to about 15 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what really got me out of my shell, I'd say. And I think at first it was like my crutch. Like that was the only way I could really like connect with people. And then I started posting videos on YouTube because I was really into editing. So I'd post like fight scenes or special effects or just random videos from maybe age 13 to 18. Didn't really go anywhere like views wise. And then TikTok came around in like April 2020. I started posting videos. I just wanted like one place where all my hobbies could live. So it would be like me talking and trying to be funny, or like guitar or magic. And then eventually I decided to green screen myself into a Bollywood movie. That went viral. I made it a series, and then TikTok and Reels and Shorts, and it kind of just grew from there. And now it feels like 99% of my videos are like collabs like this one.
And acting plays a massive part in that now, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's funny because I feel like I fell in love with like editing and stuff
Mm-hmm.
before this. But yeah, now I love acting. I love being on camera. It's fun. It's like
Do you prefer
escapism.
like being on camera or being behind it?
I prefer being on camera
Mm-hmm.
if I don't have to organize the shooting of it. So like sometimes, I mean, for like we were talking about this earlier. For most of the videos that I'll make, I have to like secure a location, coordinate with multiple people,
Mm.
plan the shot list and everything, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's easy to think like, oh, I wish all that was done already and I could just get to the editing.
Mm-hmm.
But the aspect of that I like more than the editing is just like the actual being on camera part, and like not so much just being on camera, but being able to like hang out with people and connect, and that's always fun. So if someone else was organizing all of that and I just show up, be on camera, that would be ideal.
Okay. And do you prefer being on camera with other people
Yeah,
or
100%.
yeah, rather than like solo takes or
Yeah,
anything?
yeah, yeah,
You bounce off other people better.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I think so the first like few hundred videos that I made on
Mm.
TikTok were all me alone, right?
Okay.
And that was fun, but now I feel like I've lost that discipline. Um, like I need somebody else to hold me accountable.
Mm-hmm.
But also, yeah, it is just so fun. Like that's the best part about social media is you get to work with like talented like actors and dancers
Mm-hmm.
and people like you, dancers and hosts and
Yeah.
bloggers and comedians. Yeah, so it's just like an
Yeah.
unbelievably amazing
It's
life.
always interesting to find ways that you can like be creative with other people in completely different
Right,
areas as
right,
well. Like
right.
we're trying to figure out how to do something
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
both of our niches right now, but it's actually it's all
It's
right.
working. This is
Yeah,
great.
exactly. Okay. I did have other questions, but I've
Okay,
completely
I've got a
forgotten them.
question.
Go on.
Okay, Shilpa,
Okay.
why do you make videos?
I make videos because I feel like there's a lot in our communities that we all want to talk about, but it's so taboo and it's so controversial sometimes that no one feels empowered to talk about it, especially in the South Asian community when it comes to things like mental health or upbringing or talking about parents or family dynamics. This is all like no, we're gonna sweep it under the rug, and that's what I want to change. I want us to start having an open conversation about issues in our community so that we can essentially make it a better place for ourselves and for our kids. So I make videos because I want to rant about stuff, basically.
No, that's awesome. Was there
Um,
was there something that came up either personally or in the outside world that
mhm.
prompted you to make your first video? Like, is that how you kind of started as well?
Interesting. Like I said, my content didn't used to be videos. It used to be more like written form and like blogging content. And I suppose what sparked it was the fact that when I was in third year of university, I was going through quite a few like friendship breakups.
Oh,
And I felt like that was a topic that wasn't really spoken about that much. And I had so many feelings and I didn't know where to put them. So I just started writing about it. And when I started writing about it and sharing it on the internet, people said that like they 100% relate to what I'm
that's
saying.
awesome.
And thank you for putting it like eloquently, because sometimes identifying something helps you address it better as well, especially when it comes to emotions and mental health and stuff. So friendship breakup was one of the first things I spoke about,
Okay.
and then I moved on to things like imposter syndrome, which I think is quite nuanced within the South Asian community, because we like recognition for what we do isn't really something that we're given in the
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Asian community, and no one really praises each other as much. It's sometimes it can be quite toxic, and we tend to tear each other down
yeah,
quite a
hundred
bit.
percent.
Um, so imposter syndrome, I think, within our community, it is something that people don't speak about enough. And sometimes we need to just break out of everything that we've learned while we were growing up to just recognize that, okay, this is a valid feeling, and this is what we can do to break out from it and get better and actually feel like we do deserve things. So yeah, I think that was one of the like first couple of topics I
Yeah,
wrote
yeah.
about.
And you said it took off pretty quickly. Like people started engaging.
Yeah, because people didn't really. There's no one openly talking about this kind of
Sure.
stuff.
So what year was this when you first started?
2019,
Okay.
and then I moved on to making more like video content because people don't really stop to read stuff on Instagram nowadays. And I started sharing more of my lifestyle stuff, and
Yeah.
I think people do identify with me a little bit, especially when I'm like quite vulnerable. So I was like, I posted something on my story the other day about the fact that I had a meeting with my manager at the end of my probation,
Oh, I
and
saw
I
that.
was like, yeah, and I had worked myself up to be so stressed before that meeting, but it was all for nothing. But the fact that, like, you know, I'm 5 or 6 years into my career, but I'm still feeling this way. I think people appreciate that I'm quite open and transparent,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like curated and look how amazing my life is all the time.
Sure.
So that's where I am now.
Right. Are you calling me not authentic because it's too
I think
curated?
so.
That's what you're
Yeah.
doing? Okay.
I mean, you're literally acting.
Yeah.
I'm joking. That's your thing. So that's fine.
Huh. That's
But this is
fine.
what I was asking, Aman. Like, is there anything that you wish people knew about you, that people could recognize about you, that you have a deeper level?
I have no deeper level.
No,
I
this is it.
This is all you get.
No.
Um Hard questions.
I know.
Is there anything I wish people knew about me?
Okay. What have you struggled with the most in the last year, I'd say? I mean, we were talking about burnout earlier.
Sure. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess burnout, time management, maybe.
Okay.
Like it's tough to like if I have say 5 6 hours free,
Mm-hmm.
like what am I going to spend that time on? Am I going to spend that time on editing the terabytes of unedited footage I have, or building a team of other editors, or scripting a new idea, or reaching out to other people to collaborate with,
Mm-hmm.
or trying to network and take meetings or go to an event? Like I feel like because of the entertainment slash social media world, it's easy to get FOMO and think like I mean it's happened that I'll go to an event, meet someone randomly, and that person's the reason I go to this other thing and meet someone, and like it can like
Yeah.
cascade beautifully in that way. So then it also feels like, oh, if I don't go to this event, I'm missing out on potentially infinite possibilities. So
Mm.
sometimes I feel like I found that discipline, but sometimes it's hard to say like no to like a fancy event or like a red carpet thing to like stay in and edit. But even
Yeah.
though that might be the better decision, but you might meet somebody there who. So it's
I get what you
wrestling
mean.
with that, I guess.
Yeah. It's that need to be like productive all the time as well.
Sure.
So I feel like a lot of us, especially if we're balancing like jobs and social media, it's very easy to just get caught up and think that we should be doing something all the time. Um, but I'd be keen to know, like, on that time management aspect, how do you block out your time? Do you ever like have designated time for social media, or
Not like scheduled in the
uh huh?
week. I mean, I will make time no matter what. Yeah, so for the first like 3 years, for the first like 6 months, I was posting like 3 times a day. For the first 3 years, on average, is about like once a day. Um, and now it's
Three
kind.
times a day is what, like 21 pieces of content a week?
Yeah, that was early on
Yeah,
TikTok. Yeah,
that's insane.
it was a lot. But that was back when like each video was not as much of a production as it is
Okay,
now.
yeah,
That was like a video recorded selfie style,
yeah,
talking or lip syncing quickly to something.
yeah,
Now I feel like I've made the decision when I stopped doing that one a day for about 3 years to just
yeah,
put more time into each piece of content, make it more fun, ideally make the videos more like drops, and then repurpose a lot of other footage around it,
hmm,
bloopers, BTS, and stuff. And for that content, like the bloopers, BTS, then I can take advantage of trends and trending audios for that, and still get the creativity and the main piece. So
yeah,
I feel like that's kind of been the best balance for me.
hmm,
I have no set schedule in terms of post schedule or when I block time out to work on it, but a lot of it, which is wrong, I guess, is driven by external things like
deadlines and things, or
yeah, deadlines. Like if I'm working with somebody who needs to post it by this day, or if I'm in London, so I might post a vlog soon after it or
hmm,
something like that, right? So it's just up in the air. Or sometimes I'm guilty of not finishing something but being excited by a new idea, so I'm going to work on that now and
hmm,
post that. Versus like I have stuff that I filmed yesterday, which I'm working on editing, but I have to like make a 60-second version of this other video that I made already. But now that's old news, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we're all guilty of that. We have like a million ideas that
Right.
we
Right.
half start and then forget about, basically.
Do you feel that way? Is it really easy for you to come up with ideas? Like you have too many ideas?
No, so like I mentioned, my process is like that I'll have a topic in mind that I want to discuss, but obviously I want to put it in an articulate and eloquent way. So I often have like a list of topics, and then when creativity strikes, basically, I'll spend some time just writing about it and writing a full like article, I'd say.
So how
And
long is that usually? Like 1 to 2 pages?
no, nowadays because of Instagram, like it needs to be like a minute
Shorter. Okay,
long.
sure, sure.
So if I had the liberty to, I think I would write longer pieces about it. But I try to keep it like succinct so that people it's digestible as
Yeah, yeah,
well.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so then I write maybe like 200 to 300 words, and it takes a lot of like editing to make sure it's quite to the point as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So it probably takes me about 2 or 3 days to like write up exactly what I'm trying to say and make sure it's yeah, the messaging is clear basically.
Yeah.
And then I'll like pull together a video that I can put behind it. So that sometimes takes a while as well.
And are
And
those just shots from your life, or is it like third party footage that relates exactly to what you're talking about, or is it everything filmed by you?
no, it's usually filmed by me. It's either like B-roll or just like
Understood.
videos I've had for a while. Like sometimes it's just me and my friends,
Got
or
it.
like
Got it.
yeah, stuff from like 5 years ago in
Yeah, yeah,
university or
yeah. No,
something.
I get it.
But I think yeah, it works because I feel like when there's a voice to put behind it as well, people do feel like it's more relatable,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
relatability is like the most important thing. I feel like sometimes. Um,
Do you feel like a lot of people say that there's less like A-list celebrities now, or like the idea of like star power, like someone being
yeah,
big enough to draw people to the theater and stuff.
yeah.
Do you feel like uh, relatability and fame are
Hmm.
like opposites in a way? Like if everyone's trying to be relatable, there's like less. Uh, or I don't know what I'm saying.
I
You
no
know,
no,
you know
I
what I
get
mean?
your
Like, are
point.
they like antithesis? Like for
Yeah.
people who like actors and such, right?
I think they're both successful in their own way because I was reading an article about UGC versus influencing recently,
Sure.
and like they both have their pros because influencing is obviously like you're a brand, you're a person, you're selling to your audience, and your fame is what people look for. But UGC is like raw, authentic content that's not really from a, a famous person or an influencer. It's just something that people can look at and be like, oh, this isn't a
Right.
in your face advert. This is something that's relatable. So I feel like they have
Yeah,
both
both have
their
a
pros and
place.
cons.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Um. Okay. I had another question come to mind. If there are any misconceptions about you that you'd want to clear up, what would that be? Yeah. What do you think
Misconceptions.
people like are quick to judge you for?
I think um I don't know. I mean, everyone's large. Like people who I meet who have seen my videos in person, which is, I mean, is a crazy feeling, um, are always very nice to me,
Mm.
and I feel like are too nice to me. Like I don't deserve such kindness. You know?
What?
No, like people say have said things about how they feel good that I'm like representing the culture and like Indian Americans and like that they that it's like kind of making Indian culture cool in America. But like
Hmm.
I don't deserve that praise. Like and that's not like the reason I started making videos. I wanted attention. So like I don't.
Fair enough.
Uh, yeah, but like negative misconceptions.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or is everyone just too nice to you, basically?
people
do
are.
you ever get any hate?
I get very little hate. I'm very
Okay,
lucky.
that's so good.
I mean, sure, and maybe I just don't go through it. And like, there's thousands of hate comments that I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
gotten, but in comparison, like ratio wise, it's very
yeah,
few. So I feel very lucky in
yeah.
that way. Um, people have told me that I'm more introverted in person than I appear online,
Hmm.
which is fair.
I feel like some people do better in front of a camera
Right.
than in real life, though.
Yeah.
Um, I think I do better in real life, but I don't know.
What's a misconception you had about me that has since been dispelled in the hour we've met?
Um, I would say the what you said earlier.
So I'm more
You're more
introverted than you thought?
yeah.
Wow. I thought I was seemed
I
like so extroverted right now.
no, right, you ease into it now, so
Uh,
it's okay. But I think yeah, obviously on camera you come off very confident. Obviously you need to,
hmm.
um, but in real life when you're just sat across the table from someone, it's different, isn't it? There's
Yeah.
no need to have that much energy and that
Sure,
much like
sure.
theatrics. So I feel like people, because they only see you in that kind of form, it's easy to assume you're like that on your daily. like on a day-to-day basis, but obviously like why would you be like that on a day-to-day basis?
Right, right, right.
Hmm. Do you ever get like painted as a player because you do so much romantic content?
Uh, maybe.
Mm,
I feel like a lot of the videos though, yeah, like yes, romantic content, but a lot of it's very wholesome. I
mm.
feel a lot of it's like I try not to make any videos like too cheap or too like
Yeah,
suggestive in
yeah,
that
yeah.
way,
Okay.
right? Like I try and have fun with it. I love romantic songs and romantic poetry, and I want to do justice to it.
Hmm.
And obviously, I want to make it feel real. But I and yeah, I'm covering like old songs, so I feel like
Hmm.
a lot of uh, older generations like the content as well. So like I don't think it's like playery. I think it's good, like good natured
Yeah,
fun, or that's the goal.
good. I'm guessing you don't pay attention to the hate comments if you do get them. Then that's good.
Yeah, trying. I've certainly gotten better at
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
but to be fair, you've been doing this for like 10 years now, haven't you? So
Yes, yeah. I
yeah,
first started posting videos on YouTube about 10 years ago.
yeah.
How about you? How do you deal with hate?
I honestly struggle, and like recently, I've struggled as well because I feel like because I'm so authentic and vulnerable on the internet, when I do get hate, it seems like a direct attack on my personality.
Right.
So it's not like a skill that I'm showcasing or anything like that. It's me. So if people have a problem, they have a problem with me.
Yeah.
So it's taken some like adjusting, getting used to. But then mm, my boyfriend said a really interesting point about the fact that like if you get 1% hate comments, then that's literally just like one out of 100 people
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
like, yeah, I don't really like what she does, and I can live with that. Like it's just that when you look at that in context of like 1,000 comments or
Right,
something that
right.
you're getting, obviously 100 people are saying
Yeah,
you
yeah.
suck at what
But
you
it's
do.
easy. I mean, it's. I feel like natural. It's easy to focus on the hate. Like I feel like we
Yeah,
naturally are more negatively affected by hate than we are positively affected by good
yeah,
things,
exactly,
which is
yeah.
sad.
So
But
that, like I said, I get a lot of DMs and things of people saying that I've genuinely helped them, or that like thank you for speaking out about certain things, and that means so much more to me than hate does. It's just that it's easy to lose focus of that sometimes when you do get hate.
yeah, I
But
get that.
I'm
I
getting
feel
used
like
to it.
the hate comments that hit the most are the ones that feel like they're kind of true, right?
That's also true. Yeah,
Like yeah, like sometimes I'll get a comment like not your best work, and I'm like, oh, you're right. Like
that's such a good way to look at it. I wouldn't have
yeah,
never admitted that on camera, but yeah, um, it's true. It hits exactly where like
right, right.
if you're thinking it in your mind and someone says it out loud, you're just like, "Mm,
Yeah,
screw you."
I heard this quote in a podcast. It was like if you want to feel less judged, judge less. Um, I don't know if that
Yeah.
applies to like if obviously someone is in text judging you, but
Mhm.
like I feel like I'm very judgmental of my videos, but also of other people's videos,
Mm.
not in a negative way, but just like in a editing techniques way
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. Like I feel like I look for stuff. So it's like my biggest pet peeve when like a video starts off really good and then like disappoints you. Like it sets your expectations high and then it like doesn't deliver. And so I feel like I've had that in my videos
Mhm.
every now and then. And so and a lot of times it's not articulated that way in the comments,
Mhm.
but negative comments on those videos I feel like are a reflection of that feeling.
That's a good point. That's probably enough, right? I think that's good.
Sure, fine. End it just like that. Having so much
I've had
fun.
enough of hearing him. So
Damn.
no,
Well,
I'm joking.
this has been really nice. Thank you for having, I guess, shared podcast, kind of.
Yes.
I feel like it'd
I
be nice to upload this as like a whole unedited thing on YouTube as well.
Oh my god, yeah, especially the bit with me coughing and everything.
Yeah, we'll keep
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Authentic.
Yeah.
Um no, that was actually fun. Do you have any more questions that you wanted to
Ask you.
ask? Yeah? Or like discuss?
Uh, let's do one last question each.
Okay.
Okay, but different
Um,
questions, not the same question.
what do you mean?
Like it's like I don't think we should each answer this. Like we should each
Oh, right.
get a
Okay.
question to
Yeah,
ask the other, but they'd be
yeah.
different.
Okay. If you could, like, I'm guessing you watch a lot of Bollywood then,
Sure.
right?
Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
okay, yes.
Yeah.
um, if you could play any role in any movie, what would it be? Like, what would be your dream role?
Right now,
Hmm.
I mean, like I don't know. Like
There must be something that you've seen being like, that's an amazing role.
Well, yeah. I mean, if there was like a young Aladdin type thing, I feel like it'd be cool. Or
Okay.
like a brother or son to like one of the actors in Bollywood right now
Mhm.
or something.
Like Shah Rukh Khan's younger brother.
Yeah, or like much younger brother or son, I guess. Or
Yeah.
or yeah. I don't know. I think it would just like maybe this is arrogant,
Mm.
but I feel like people ask like I feel like that's a similar question like what's like the dream, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like just like living the dream right now, you
Yeah.
know. So like I don't like obviously I'm ambitious and I have places I want to go, but for
Yeah.
where I'm at, like I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, and I know it's gonna take me places.
That's too nice an answer.
Oh,
Be arrogant. No, let's say like in no the like yeah, any movie that you've seen where like you'd want an actress you'd want to act with or something.
I don't know.
This is a very surface level question, so you don't have to.
No, it's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, ZNMD is a favorite movie.
Oh yeah. Okay. So which role within that would you want to play?
Hrithik Roshan's role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you mentioned earlier a potential goal being doing a TED Talk,
Hmm.
what would your TED Talk be about?
That's so tough.
What would it be about, and what would the hook title be?
One thing I do want to encourage more of in like the South Asian community, especially, is more critical thinking.
Sure.
And like questioning why things happen, why things are the way they are, challenging the status quo a little bit. So I feel like I would love to do a TED talk on the importance of that and just encouraging people to exercise those skills a little bit more. Um, yeah.
Very cool. That's awesome.
What do you think about that?
No, I think I mean something I want to learn more about.
Yeah.
I like tools for better discernment and
Yeah.
yeah, like that's how change happens, right?
Yes, exactly.
Very nice.
Cool.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys
Thank
for
you for
watching.
watching.
If you made it here,
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, and follow me on Instagram.
Follow Shilpa on Instagram. It'll be linked down below and maybe on the screen if we get some magical editing. Oh,
There you go.
yeah. Yeah. Late
Cool.
afternoon thoughts on Instagram. I'll link her TikTok as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Sometimes I meet people in real life and I have to like introduce myself as my Instagram handle because they don't realize that I'm the same person.
Yeah, people say that to me.
Yeah, exactly.
People say, "Oh, hey, Magic Man."
Yeah, I've been up to people and I'm like, "Hi," and I know they know me. And then they're like, oh, "I know you. Like, what's your name?" And then I'm like, "Shilpa," but I go by Late Afternoon Thoughts. It's just, I feel like I should change it to my name at some point.
No, it's good.
Yeah. Do you think you'll keep a.magic.man forever?
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll see that in the end credits of Bollywood movies.
Oh yeah.
a.magic.man.
Yep.
Cool.
Alrighty. Well,
Wrap it up.
thanks again. Great talking to you.
Likewise. Bye.
Adios. Nice.
It got really hot there.
Yeah, it just got hot. That's awesome.
Cool.